Good morning, everybody. You're not going to hear anything special from me today, other than just tell you the way it is. My slides are very, very generic in nature, very, very simple in principle, because I believe, I believe that what we're doing is just that. It's get to the basics, just like the slide says. You know, it's all about attitude and then the passion that drives that. A little bit about Geater. We're based out of Independence, Iowa. We're 48 years young, about 130 employees, and we're a little bit different animal. Most people either do machining or sheet metal. Well, we do both, about 50-50. And then what we do is we also do the special processes, chem film, that type of stuff in-house, painting. We're NADCAP approved, AS 9100. Again, do the welding, and that's kind of our niche, is that what we can do is we can do the whole package. So what we do is we save customers time and effort when they place one PO instead of several POs, and they don't have to manage so much. Excuse me. We also, on our prototype business, what we did is we listened to our customers, and they said, hey, we need stuff, and we need it now. We're not necessarily so concerned about pricing with that, but we need it. We need one or two pieces. Thank you. One or two pieces, and we need it right away. We're responsive, we're flexible with that, and then one of the other things that we're really good at is inventory management. The down economy, as of last year, the approach that we took was we didn't care about that. We continued to invest. We made our largest capital expenditures ever. We really focused on teamwork and the structure of that, and then also employee development and then growth and diversification. Those are the keys to what we're doing. And I'll maintain and always focus on the theme that most everybody else has shared with us today. It's about the leadership. It is about the passion, and it starts with me. So if there's one thing that you guys can take from this presentation is that tomorrow morning when you wake up and you get up and you go in front of the mirror and look in the mirror and say, what am I doing to drive change, and what am I doing to support my staff? Because when Geater started this about 3.5 years ago, I personally was not doing my job. And I got to tell you guys, I had a hard time signing on with C and doing the roadmap. But once I did and totally committed to it, it's the best thing by far that Geater's has ever done. It revolutionized Geater's and how we think. And once that commitment was there for myself to drive that, to put the support there, that's when we really did a good job. We were always over 99.5 on time for our deliveries. We were always very good at the top. But to take that to the next level and really start listening and driving those continuous improvements down, that's what made the difference for us. Earlier this spring, we were named Rockwell Collins Sheet Metal Supplier of the Year. We were honored with that. And one of the things that they told us is that, okay, you saved us $400,000 on the contract. We were able to do that and keep profitability there. But also is because of the things that we talked about yesterday in the panel discussions. We're also able to go ahead and make sure that that quality and that delivery, we're still there too. So what we did is we incentivized our staff based off of those two measurables. The first one is the qualifier is we have to be at 99.5% as a minimum, okay? Then the next thing is with our staff across the board, other than our management team, they always get incentivized, is that our quality, if our DPPM is 0 to 250, they get an extra $150 per month. If indeed they're 251 to 500, then they get $100, and it's $50 from 501 to 1,000. And we continually pay that out. Because we incentivize and we put our money where our mouth is at. And that's really, really important. The challenge of that is continue to keep them motivated. Because last year, our on-time delivery across our entire customer base was 99.8. Well, how do you keep wringing that towel and get those last few drops out? It's by process control and following the roadmap. But that is the table stakes that our customer base expects. Some of the changes that we've made in the last year are on the screen now. That in the upper left-hand side, we totally redid our website. Anybody wants to go to the website? There's about a 4.5-minute video that we put together. So you can, it's actually a virtual tour of the shop. The communication that we're doing, excuse me, and again, this is critical to the success of this, is there's real-time information on LCDs out in the shop. We've went ahead through the entire downturn, if you will, continued to invest. We put all new hardware out in the shop, 40-some new computers, added an FMS system. So we continue to do the things that we need to do. This is the structure that I was talking about, and this is the basics of Geaters. The basics is that we believe this. We created a culture that if you're safe, okay, you have to be safe. The employee has to feel that they're being listened to, first and foremost, and that when they bring ideas up or they challenge something, that they are safe with doing that. So if you're safe, you're going to be creative. If you're creative, you're going to be productive, and if you're productive, you're going to be profitable. So what we've got on that is a teeter-totter, and we always try to find the balance in everything that we do. That balance is the challenge and support. They can challenge me all day long, and I love that. And I'm going to challenge them just like our customer base does. But they also know that they're going to be supported. It was mentioned earlier that you can't be afraid to fail. That's the last thing we want. It's okay, because if you learn from your mistakes, I should be a genius by now, you know? But the key to that, and the key to the balance, is the communication. Data-driven. It's got to make sure that your data that you're working off of is accurate. When you have that and you take a very realistic approach to it, you will drive improvements. So if you have the balance, again, that pyramid comes right up to improvements, and then that's the sustainability that we want to work on. Last year, we won the Workforce Development Award. And again, any one of us in here knows that we can go out and we can buy any Morisiki, any piece of equipment that we want. Anybody can do that. But what's going to make the difference? It's that operator with the right attitude, in the right environment, in the right culture, that's going to drive the changes. Seems simple, doesn't it? But that's exactly what happens. So this group, that's where we focus our time and our effort. It's empowering those people, training those people to the roadmap, and letting them do their job. It works. And again, it seems so simple. But sometimes I think we lose focus on that. And that's what I did years ago. We're back to that now. So we talked about the sustainment. We all need to understand, it was brought up in the panel yesterday, differentiation. How do you do that? There's one way that one of the first things you can do is make sure that you're listening to the customer base. What do they really want? As far as I'm concerned, yesterday, a lot of that panel discussion, it was just, I don't know why we're even talking about it. The terms and all those other things, it's like saying, I'm going to go to Palm Springs, it's going to be hot. What do I wear? Well, you're going to wear shorts. Or when you're going to come to Iowa in the middle of winter, it's going to be cold. Well, okay, so why talk about it and just put on a coat? You know? It's really that simple. We're going to be challenged by our customer base. Competition was here in the 60s and the 50s, and it's going to be here in another 20 or 30 years. So let's find creative ways working together with the supply chain, using the roadmap to drive that change. That's what we need to do. Let's get to work. So what have we done? Our internal DPPM, it's decreased by 57%. Our rework has decreased by 52%. Our on-time delivery always has been, is greater than 99.5. Still not 100%, so we're still not where we want to be, and we're going to always push to that. Okay? OSHA recordables are down 86%. I'm really proud of that. Really proud of that. Not that we ever had a lot, but we're still much better than what we were. And our manufacturing lead time has decreased by 16%. So, the structure that I talked about, it's very, very important. You have to go ahead and maintain that, and that comes from people like myself. Each one of us in this room are leaders. We just need to make it happen. We need to support that and keep that ball rolling. Make sure that your decisions are based off of data, not just that Bob thinks this, or Mary thinks that. Okay? And then figure out what really differentiates yourself. Listen to your customer base. So my name is Jerry Bitterman. If you guys have any questions or comments throughout the day, I welcome those, and thank you very much.